Hello, I'm what is between you and lunch, and so I will take my sweet time with this one. I want to share with you today how you should stop building platforms and start building communities. We'll see if this automates ahead. My name is Luke Phillips. I've worked as a staff engineer, software architect, platform engineer, developer at places like the New York Times, Charter Communications, CenturyLink, Level 3. Here's all the ways that you can get a hold of me on Blue Sky or LinkedIn, and also hashtag open to work. In a previous role, I had the privilege of getting to work with a brilliant product manager that I was able to learn a ton about being truly customer driven. He had a favorite restaurant that likely led to this attitude. We'll come back to that a little bit later. As an engineer, when I look to the CNCF landscape, I marvel at the possibilities. How can I stitch together as much of this as possible? How can I build Ozzy's perfect cluster? If I simply build it, if I simply stitch together all of these components, the most complex Rube Goldberg machine, they will surely come. Though, spoiler, they won't come. As an engineer, I am drawn to this complexity. Though, as Neil Ford puts it, developers are drawn to complexity like moths to a flame, often with the same outcome. And so with this approach, if I'm building platforms this way, I end up with a sort of adoption drop-off, with shadow ops, with teams cobbling together chaotic systems, broken pieces, and scattered systems all about. What I'm going to need is a shift in my mindset as a developer. What I'm going to be building now is a product, not a project. Something durable, iterable, solving persistent business issues. And so as Steve Jobs, once talking to his engineers in such a scene here, he had put it this way: start with the customer experience and work backwards to the technology. This change in mindset, will require a cycle of care, community feedback, improvement, adoption, advocacy, coffee chats and hallway discussions, even your own internal DevOps Days events. Think about the typical measurement for what you are building, and think about the various metrics and the community components. Remember that every metric framework out there is going to have a human component to it. Whether that metric framework is something like DORA or SPACE or Monk, satisfaction, well-being, collaboration, surveys, and other human touchpoints are all contained within. How do we accomplish this in practice? How do we change our mindset? What do we learn? Techniques like, say, CSAT. Are your customers satisfied? Are you surveying your customers on that? Another practice and mindset shift and measurement you can look at is with Net Promoter Score. Would anyone recommend your platform? Are your developers talking about your platform? Another practice and mindset shift and touch point would be product surveys and interviews. Office hours beat documentation, but do not skip out on documentation like we heard so well yesterday. As your community of developers and users will grow, be sure to be cultivating champions out of your customers, transform your early adopters into evangelists, and eventually the results should start to speak for themselves. From a ghost town to a thriving community, from adoption, satisfaction, and advocacy. And so, to summarize, don't get distracted on what you can build. Focus instead on how it'll be used. What are the North Star metrics, your customer touch points, such as would your developers spend their time building on your platform or their next project? And so to that brilliant product manager earlier, Danny, who loves Olive Garden, may your platforms be like this restaurant. When you're here, your family. Thank you.